Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are doing well and today I am back with another video of the how to host CTF. This video will be divided into two parts. In the first part I'll be showing you how you can install CTFd in any cloud platform, how you can set up the admin panel, how you can add challenges and some general configuration. And in the second part of the video I'll be showing you how you can actually configure custom emails through which suppose for example anyone register in your CTF, they will get a custom email that they are registered, and if they change password then also they will get a reset link, something like that. We will also see in the second part of this video like how you can set up Cloudflare and how you can set up your custom domain to actually host a awesome CTF. So without any further ado, let's get started. Alright, so before starting this video, I will talk about CTFd. So if you come across this link that I'll be providing in the description of this video, so this is the docs basically. So you will be getting a lot of information like how to install, how to update, all the configuration that needs to be done. So these are something that we will look into after some point of time. But before that, you can also check out CTFd. If you go to the CTFd website, they also offer a platform where they will be hosting the CTF in their cloud platform and you will be just paying for it. So that is like it's a managed service by CTFd, and you can opt for that as well. So this will actually not cover any of your installation and everything. They have the resources that is needed and everything that will be taken care by the CTFd team. Apart from that, you can try the demo as well, but this is something that is out of scope for this video. One more thing that I wanted to show you is if you go to the store, you can get some plugins. So basically you can get this particular plugin which is a structured learning in a classroom with this challenge layout. So this is something like if you go through it, and it will have this kind of interface. You can also purchase this multiple choice challenges. So if you have any challenge which is kind of multiple choice, you can have a look at this particular plugin. There is one more plugin that is, yeah, you can choose this plugin as well. This is a theme plugin that is available for $29. It's basically $29.99. So yeah, so this is something that I wanted to show you so that you get to know that these are the offerings that CTFd also have. So okay, so this is all I had to talk about CTFd. Now let us jump into this video, and to deploy CTFd we need a cloud instance. So I'll be going directly into my GCP console and I will create one instance. So in this case I will just name it as CTFd YT, and I will choose the reason to be Singapore, and you can customize this as per your requirement. So I would suggest you to go through each and every documentation provided by CTFd, and if you are having users, a lot of users, then you should go with a higher configurations, higher RAM and higher core. So this is something that you can have a look, but for this video I will take a standard 2 CPU, one shared core and 4 GB memory, and I will change the operating system to be Ubuntu. Now alright, I'll choose Ubuntu 18.04, and for size I'll take 25 GB. So this can be customizable as per your need, so I am leaving it to you. And in firewall I'll choose allow HTTP and HTTPS, and I'll create it. So this is that simple, and once it will take some time to create the instance for you. Once it is done, I am actually comfortable taking the SSH connection from here to my local machine and work from there, but you can use the Google Cloud console as well to deploy this. So let us go and check out the installation process. So as per this documentation that is provided by CTFd, we need to install Docker first, and we need Docker Compose as well. After that, it is very simple. You just have to git clone it, and you just have to make some changes in this environment with Docker Compose file, and you are good to go. So this is all you have to do. So let me just okay, now it is created, and now I'm trying to actually get SSH. I want to get a cell inside it, and I will enable password authentication so that I can log in through my local item. So that is all I have to do, and once it is done I will show you how we can do it, how we can install this. Okay, so I'll just write sudo su and I'll go to etc ssh d config, and here what I have to do is I have to change this option to yes. One more thing I need to change is password authentication to yes. Okay, so once this is done, we have to just system ctl restart sshd, and I need to set a root password basically so that I can log into root. I will just set it now. Okay, so this is done. To get SSH access, what I have to do is I just have to copy this IP to go to item here. In this case, I will just, okay, fine. So SSH root at this particular IP, and now we will be asked the password. Once I enter the password, we are logged in. Okay, my bad. Okay, so this is a phrase install, like it is a Ubuntu machine, and what I have to do is I need to install first Docker. So for that I'll just run sudo apt update. We need to update the instance first. It will be pretty fast. Let me just, yeah. So it will take some time and it will get it done for us. Once it is done, I will just write sudo, not sudo, we can also write sudo apt install docker. So this will install Docker for us, and if you want to install Docker Compose, so we need to go to Google and just type install Docker Compose on Ubuntu. So as you can see, I'll just go to any of this link. This is quite straightforward. I just have to copy this particular link, particular command. So it's a curl command. It will just curl the Docker Compose binary, and after that I need to set it executable permission, and I simply need to just run this version command so that I get to know that yeah, we are good to go. So as you can see, we have Docker. We have to install Docker again. I don't know why it is not installed yet. Docker C, I think it's .io. Yeah, so it's docker.io. We need to install Docker for it, and we have already installed Docker Compose. So I will do this after completing this installation. I have to go to, again we have to go to this documentation, and we have to clone it. So once this is done, so it will take some time, and once it is done, we can clone the repository. So this is also done. We'll go to CTFd directory, and if you see, there are a couple of files. So what we have to do is we need to change some things in Docker Compose file. So what I'll do is I'll just open the Docker Compose file, and I need to change some part of it, that is this particular secret key. So it will be in environment folder. So by default it is not there, so we need to add it to make it secret key. I think is this the right format I am using? Okay, and some specific random values. So let us give me something like, I'll just give something like this. Okay, so once this is done, I will save it, and what I will do is I'll just use Docker Compose up. So it will create, it will pull the needed Docker images, and what it will do is it will run the services and all. So this is all we have to do as part of the installation, and let's wait for some time, and I'll just fast forward the video. All right, so we are done with the installation, and if we go to this particular port, we will be able to access it. Let us just do that. For that I need the IP, and I will. So yeah, so this is so here you can see we are getting the initial setup page where we have to basically enter the event name, some description about it, and we have to set the administrator account. So all these things we have to do at the starting of the initial phase only. So I'll just give something like test CTF, and this setup is for demo, and I'll just do it next. So you can choose between team mode and user mode, and I'll go with user mode for now. You can also choose team mode as well. So for admin user, I'm just giving admin. The password will be admin at diviner.in. Password will be something like okay. So you can choose this if you want to like if you are using a valid email and if you want to subscribe for any kind of newsletters, then you can check this if you want to, but for now I will not do that. You can upload your logo or something that you want to do, and I'll just leave it for now. And if you have any theme installed, as I talked before, if you are getting some themes from the store, you can actually toggle between them here. Now what I have to do is we have to set the date when the CTF will be starting. For now, let me do it the time of recording that I'm doing, and the end date will be something like 19. Time will be the same time, and next. So you can also set up Major League Cyber integration. So basically, if you have heard about CTF time, so Major League Cyber integration is basically similar setup as CTF time. You can host your CTF there, you can have information there, then all of that, like if any team want to join your CTF, then they can get those details from there, but I'll skip it for now. So once this is done, well, now you get an admin panel, and these things are customizable, and you can actually customize each and everything. You will get a clear view on the statistic, like what are the score distributions, like how many people solved your questions, and what is the solved percentage per challenge, which challenge is actually solved how many times. So these information will be shown in the statistic page. Before that, we'll go to like config part, and here I'll just select some things. So in theme header, you can specify your like CSS, HTML, CSS if you want to have any. For example, if you want to change color, suppose I'm doing something like this one, I'll update the CSS, it will reflect here. You can also add your HTML, that is completely up to you. You can add a footer as well if you want to, and these things are completely customizable. So once you are done with all these settings, you can update it, and once you are done, this is particularly like you can configure team size if you have a team, and like team creation and everything that you can configure here. Coming to this page, so here you can actually configure your robot.txt, where you can disallow any entry that you want to not to be crawled by any kind of crawlers. So these things can be customized here. You can add new fields, custom user fields is shown during registration. So if you want a specific information like phone number, you can add those fields here. Coming to Major League Cyber, this is already something that I have already discussed about. So challenge visibility is currently it is private, so by default it will be private. If you do public, then it will be available to everyone. Now let us do public, and account visibility will be public. If so, this means basically if someone wants to see any user account, they need to be logged in or not. So if they need to be logged in, then in that case you will be like if you want to make it private, if you do it private, then they have to log in to see any kind of users now. So let us make it public for now, and you have the option to pause the CTF as well. So these things are customizable. Now coming to email, this is a important factor where you can actually customize your email body, like what kind of message you want to display when a particular user register for your CTF, what kind of confirmation that you are sending. These things that can be customized here. You can also customize your password reset thing. So they have some default things that you can ignore, and you can do your own set of things can be done here. And this is something that I'll be covering in the second part of this video. So let us skip it for now. Time, we already have set it. If you want to change it, you can change it from here. This is one important feature. So once you are done with your CTF, in some cases where you want to have those data like the usernames, user who have registered, the scoreboard, the challenges and everything, you can export those data from here. It will be a tar.gz file, and you can set up a similar instance of CTFd in near future. After that, if you want, then you can import it from here. You can also do the same with download CSV scoreboard and everything that you can do, like exporting and importing thing is specified here. So this is something that we have selected during the registration, during the initial setup, And these are things that you can do. If I would not suggest to do all these things, but if you want to reset everything, then you can just hit this button. So we are pretty much covered with all these things. As you can see, I changed the CSS, so that is why this color is changed now. Let me go to challenges. I'll add a sample challenge for you. So there are two types of actually challenge types. So one is standard and one is dynamic. So the standard part is basically if you are giving a value of suppose 100, this will not change throughout the event. So basically if anyone solves it, they will be assigned with 100 points. But in same case, in dynamic, if you are setting a value to 100 and there is decay limit, for example 5, I'm setting 5 as a decay limit. So once any user solves it, so it will decrease, the point will decrease, and the minimum value you can set it, suppose for example 20. So if there is a lot of users who have solved this particular challenge, the minimum value that can go up to 20, but the initial value will be 100. So that's how it actually determine the dynamic challenge type. Coming to standard, let us make a challenge like something, name is suppose test challenge 1. Suppose the category is web, and now I can give a description here. This is a field where you can experiment, you can do whatever you want, up to you. Let me just do something like this is a test challenge, and for example I want to set a flag format. So the flag format would be something like flag, and let me just give some random values. And if you want to do something like this, if you want to quote it, you can do like this, and you can have a preview here. And if you don't want to do something like that, you can remove it, and you can actually use something backticks to highlight this. Now it will be highlighted. Okay, so there are kind of markdown formats and all, so you can have a look at that. Now if you just give the value as 100, you create it. Now it will ask for a flag. So this is something that when any user obviously put a flag on it, then it will match this particular string. For example, let me give a flag like this is awesome. So this can be a flag. I have, as you can see, there are some lowercase letters, there are some uppercase letter. So if I want the flag to be case sensitive as it is, then I have to choose case sensitive. If I want that if they in place of capital awesome, if they give small letter awesome also, then it should accept. In that case I'll just give this in this like case insensitive. If you want, if you have a file, then you can choose a file, and the state you can set it as hidden. By default it will be hidden, but if you want to make it visible, you can just do it visible. Now if you finish it, there will be a couple of more things that you can do. So what these things are, you can specify tags. For example, this is a web category, you can specify as web. Suppose for example it is a easy challenge. In that case you can just set it as easy. So these are something that you can do. You can also give hints. Suppose for example this is a sample hint. If you want to cost it, for example if they want if you want the user to lose some points for seeing this particular hint, then also you can do it. It's pretty awesome. For now I'll not do that. This is kind of creep. So yeah, so this is, we have all like we have done everything. So you can have a look, you can play around all these things, and if you have a series kind of challenges, in that case you can specify this one after solving, like for example this once this particular challenge is solved, the next challenge, which will be suppose for example test challenge 2, that will be visible. Until unless the user solve this particular challenge, they will not be like able to see this second challenge. So this is how you can configure. So let me go to now CTF, and if I go to challenges, you can see there is one challenge here, and if I view hint, this is sample hint. And for example I don't remember what is the flag. Okay, I copied it. So if you submit it, you got 100 points. If you go to the scoreboard, there is no solve it. Why? Because we are submitting the flag from admin user, and if you go to user, this admin user is hidden. Okay, so if I do it for example this is one challenge that it has solved. I'll edit this user and I'll make it as not hidden. Okay, I'll just remove the hidden flag. Now if I go to scoreboard, then you can see like admin is visible, and I'll show you from here as well. See, this admin has solved this particular challenge, and the score is 100. So this is how you can actually do a lot of things from like using CTFd. And obviously if you just log out, and you can customize each and everything here. And this is pretty much all I had to cover in the first part of this video. In the next part, what will be we'll look into how you can use a custom domain instead of this particular IP, and how you can actually configure that email thing, so that once any kind of user is registering, in that case you can actually send them email. So let me log in again. This color is quite doesn't look good. I'll just log in and admin. All right. Okay, we don't want to save it. Let me go to config, theme, and I'll update the CSS to something black. I'll just go with black. So yeah, so we are what? It is not changed. Let me go to config again, theme. Okay, now it is changed, and now I have to update it. All right, now if you go to this home page, it will show you black. So this is all I had to cover in the CTFd first part, and I'll see you in the next part. Thanks.